Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today I'm going to do another look using the, I guess it'd be in Mel's Memory as what it was by Sydney Grace, that collection that is supposed to be inspired by the retro palette by Natasha, the mini retro by Natasha Denona, which really this is more inspired by her palette, the glam retro. And I've been playing with this more than the Natasha Denona, but hear me out, because I think that both have a place. It's just for my personal looks that I like to do for myself. I like this palette better, or this collection of, it's not really a palette because all these just come to you in a single and then you have to put it in a palette. I have it laid out the way it is on the Sydney Grace website. So I'm just going to point to the colors because I really don't want to pick these out and have to like move them around. But let's go ahead and get started. So the first shade well, I guess I could pick them out though, couldn't I? Maybe. It's just so hard. Okay, the first shade I'm going to go into is, although if I could write it down, I guess, and then I could just go to it. Honesty. And we're going to start with that in the crease shade, or transition, whatever you want to call it. I personally think I like this palette because of the reason it does go darker than the retro glam palette does. And I think that, and like, obviously I want to support this collection and all that, but I just think overall for what I like, this palette does give it to me. Now, I do like the Natasha Denona formula better, personally, but I also do like the Sydney Grace formula too. I've actually have enjoyed playing with this formula. I didn't play with, I only have two things from Sydney Grace, and that is this particular curation. Is that it? Is that the word? I think so. Of colors that Mel did. And then I have Mel's original palette, Tiny Marvels. And I've only played with Tiny Marvels a couple of times, so I really can't say too much about the formula other than like first, second impression type of thing. But after I have played with this palette quite a bit, because I really did want to see which one I enjoyed more, and then I wanted to see which one I gravitated more to. And I will say that I gravitate more towards the Sydney Grace because it just goes darker. That's the reasoning behind it. And because of that, and the color selection, I can get more than just a green look, or I guess like a pink look, because that's all you're going to get out of the Natasha Denona, really. Which isn't bad. That's what it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? But honestly, this palette gives me, I can do an all neutral look, I can do a green look, I can do a pink look, I can do just like a, I don't know, it just, I mean, that's basically the looks, but there's just so much more variation to the looks, you know what I mean? And I truly like that about this palette a lot. Okay, now that I got that shade laid down pretty well, let me just, and the mattes are good, and they are easy to work with and all. But even though I do like the Natasha Denona formula better, I've been grabbing this one. It is what it is, to be honest with you. Okay, now we're going to go into the darkest shadow here, which is called Beyond, which is the last shade in this row here, if you have yours set up the way that Sydney Grace has it. And I'm going to put it on the outer corner here and work it in. This shade is very, it can be very dark, but it's also nicely, you can blend it. I'm using my Marc Jacobs crease brush, which I have come to really, really enjoy. And it surprises me, because I kind of forget what brushes I have, and then when I rediscover them, that I got them, I'm like, wow, why did I ever put that brush down? But usually it's because I've got to I'm trying other stuff. I don't got to, but I do. Because I'm always trying to find the next best thing, I suppose. And I guess on one hand that does work, because you do find things sometimes that are better. But for the most part, I feel like sometimes it's like I'm good where I'm at. Why keep going? Or, buying. But then I'm like, but what if? What if this is better than what I have and it makes it so much easier? But then it's just like, well, how much easier could it make it? You know what I mean? Because at first I started with the makeup, thinking that, if I bought better makeup, then it would apply better, look better, all that. Then I thought, oh no, it's tools. I have to buy better tools. And really, those do make a difference sometimes, but it's also just practice over and over again, and time. Like blending, it takes time sometimes. It is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you do sometimes have to put in that, and you might not want to, so those may not be the color stories for you in that case, or not the tools. I just really want to make sure I got all that blended nicely together. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back into that Honesty shade, and I'm just going to put it on the lower lash line there. And run it across. I kind of like this look too. Well, I mean, I don't kind of like it. I do like it. I like the way it turned out. I really wasn't sure what I was going for today, because I'll be honest, I really want to play with that pink metallic shade in here, and I haven't yet. And of course, the first look you always want to do when you see a palette like this is green, since the majority of it is green. And I did, and then I did a nude, like a natural look, and this is kind of the same way, but it's more cool toned, I guess, taupey. I don't know. I used the more champagne-y shade when I did it before, or look without filming, I mean. So, but okay, now I'm gonna go back in. I think I need to darken that up a little more. And with the darker shade, I would definitely say build it up slowly, because you can add, but you can't take it back for sure. And I did spend a good bit of time blending. I'm not gonna lie there. I don't know if I needed to spend as much time as I did, but I did, so I just want to be honest with you there. But even at that, it did blend nicely. can see how nicely, like, the colors just blend into each other. I hope you can see. And you can see this this color is dark, and it goes even darker than that. It's almost like a, I don't know. And the different ways you look at it, it's like a nice chocolate brown, but then it kind of looks like it's a purpley dark brown. I don't know. But it's dark nonetheless. It's not black. It is more, I guess, taupey maybe even. I don't know. I don't know how you would really describe that color. I mean, I'm sure it's described on the website, but I'm not on the website right now. But regardless, I just really like the shade of this. Okay. Then I'm going to go into the shade Rover, which is the metallic shade right beside it. It's like a metallic taupe shade, and we're just going to pick it up. I'm not going to wet it or anything, and I'm going to lay it on my lid. And it's like a silver taupe. I mean, it's just so pretty. I didn't realize it was going to be this pretty, to be honest, when I grabbed it. I was kind of surprised with how pretty it was. But it's gorgeous. I mean, it's truly, truly gorgeous. And for some reason, I thought it kind of looked darker in the pan than what it was, but it's not as dark as I thought. But it's a good thing. And it's just so pretty, I think. And I'm going to lay that on the lid. Like that. Then I'm going to take that same dark color, the Beyond, and I'm going to line the bottom lash line and upper lash line with my little Rephr 29. And I'm just going to stamp it right on my upper lash line and bottom lash line. Just so when I do the mascara, it looks like I've got some volume there. And I really pushed it up into that lash line. I just think this dark color is very, it can be used for a number of different things, to be honest. You can line with it, you can deepen up a color with it, like, I mean, obviously you can lighten it too if you wanted to, but why would you? It's such a pretty dark color. And again, I'm not into the darker colors, but as of lately, I've really been liking this, like, look like this, to be honest. The darker look, that is. And I don't know why, because usually I'm not like that. I'm going to go back into that Honesty shade and run it along the lower lash line. Okay. I think I'm still pretty good up here with the blending. I think it looks the same. Trying to get both these eyes the same is like, no thank you. I don't want to play. I don't want to do it. Then for inner corner, I went into the shade. Oops. What shade are you? Aim High. And it's this one right here. It's like a pinky purple satin shade I would go with. Yeah, it's more satin. The one I put on my lid is more satin too, to be honest. But it's so pretty, this particular color. I do like this color a lot. And then I thought, man, that is such a pretty color. I wonder what it would look like over top of this color if I just picked a little bit of it up and just sort of placed it right in the middle. Patted it right in the middle of my lid to lighten up just the middle, just slightly. Like there's not that much of a difference, but there is a little bit of oomph. You know what I mean? And I just think that looks so pretty like that. Like there's just a little bit. Because I didn't want much. I didn't want to darken up like the whole lid or anything like that. Just the center of it, really. Almost like a halo eye is what I wanted to kind of achieve. Now, whether I did that or not, I don't know. It looks it in like when I'm looking in the mirror, but I don't know how it's looking on camera. Me applying that just to the center. I'm hoping both eyes look the same, but at the same time, who knows? Not me. So that's all I did, and then we're going to apply the... Oh, I did use for my waterline upper and bottom Makeup Geek in Nude. For the top lash line, I'm using the YSL Lash Clash. I thought about using a brown. Why me? Always, without fail. Actually, it was bound to happen. It's been a while since I've really messed up with mascara badly. I'll just clean that up in a minute, though. And then for my bottom lashes, I went in with, I think the Lancome. But I don't know because it's not sitting here. But if I know me, that's the one I used. Plus, it's the easiest to reach for, so. I don't get it. I can't get this mascara to build up on his eye. this is done. Might be time to get rid of this one. Alright. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing right now. Other than flaking everywhere. Like, everywhere. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't know what I use because it's not there. Interesting. Maybe I use this one. Oh, there it is. No, it is there. Okay, I still use the Lancome. I just use the little one, though. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. I'll clean up that mess and then let me separate this. There we go there. Perfect. I still don't know why the top lashes didn't do as well as they usually do using that mascara, because that is one of my favorite mascaras to use. But it don't matter because it's about the eyeshadows, and I just absolutely love this look with this eyeshadow, to be honest. Like, it's just so pretty. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't see my lashes doing any better with this mascara. If anything, I think it's time to get rid of it because it's flaky and I think it's dried out at this point. Man, I broke my nail down. It hurts. But I think that, yeah, see, I can see the shininess in the middle. I don't know if you all can. That color, though, if you pop that on in the middle of a shadow, it just makes it just a little bit, just a little bit brighter. But I really do like the color selection that's in this palette, and I feel like it speaks more to me than the Natasha Denona. But I do like the Natasha Denona for that softer look if I was doing a softer look. But right now I feel like this is where I'm at with depth and everything. Like, this is the color story. This is as deep and dark as I want to go, that I'm comfortable going in. And I feel like this is more fall winter, where I think Natasha's actually is more spring summer to me. I mean, maybe a little bit of fall, but it just doesn't go dark. really. So that's why I'm like, for the winter months, I don't know if it's really, it. Is it good? Yes. Is the formula great? Yes. Is the color selection nice? Yes. Do I want more? Yes. Do I want more with the Sydney Grace one? No. No, I do not. I'm comfortable where it's at. I think it's perfect. You got different directions you can go with it. I just think it's a well thought out palette. And of course it is, because Mel thought it out herself. So, and she is like the goddess of eyeshadows. So, all right, that is all I have for you today. Again, I believe this is still in, you can still purchase the bundle collection. And it's just, it's so worth it. So worth it. And the price point's not bad. So with that said, I would definitely pick this over Natasha Denona's because of the color story. Is this my... I mean, I don't know if this is like Sydney Grace's holiday release or not, but since it's released around this time, I'm going to count it in. I don't know, though, if this is like my number one holiday release, though. This is definitely in my top 5. And I think it may be in my top 3, to be honest. Just being honest. I know for sure it's in my top 5. I just don't know if it's in my top 3. But regardless of that, it's beautiful. If you bought this for somebody, or if, as a gift and gifted it to them, if you purchase this yourself, you're not going to regret it. You're not. I mean, there's nothing to regret from it. You know what I mean? So, now, the price point, I mean, technically for as many shadows as you get, it is kind of worth it. I mean, okay, so it is $60 for the palette. It's on back order, though. So, but it's still worth it. Again, it's still worth it. And I don't know yet if this is their holiday release or not. But the thing is, in Mel's Memory eyeshadow bundle, it's back ordered for $60. And the way that it is in the picture is the way I had set mine up, like I said. So, definitely in my top 5 as far as gifts or purchases, you know what I mean? But don't know if it's in the top 3, and I'm repeating myself, so I need to go. So, that is all I have for you today. I hope this look helped. It's a beautiful look. This is the way it turned out. The shadows just blended beautifully. The color story just blends into each other beautifully. I have no issues out of the shades in it. And all in all, I just think it's wonderful. I really do. But that is all I have. Like this video, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And I don't know if I got anything new coming in or not now. Maybe. But in the meantime, I'll go back and review the holiday releases. That way, if you're looking for gift ideas, you can... I'm going to try to rank like the holiday, releases and see where I stand with it. Like what I felt was really worth it. What I felt like, you know what I mean? But I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and healthy. Bye.